I have been waiting for years for this right now. Joining me now are two of the best fighters on the planet Earth. Welterweight champions Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. They've announced that they'll fight one another for the undisputed welterweight crown July 29th in Las Vegas. Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford, welcome to First Take. Errol, let's start with you here. I mean, what the hell took this fight so long to happen? We've been waiting years for this. How excited are you about it, and why did it take so long, Errol?
I mean, great things take time. I mean, we both was going through, negotiations and things, but we here now. So all this stuff in the past, just the present, we here, we fighting each other, may the best man win. I feel like this is the best fight, welterweight fight of the last probably 40 years. This is the fight of the decade. The best versus the best.
Terence Crawford, how do you feel about the fact that the fight is finally here? We know how great you are, 39-0 in your career with about 30 KOs. We know how elite you are. We know how elite Errol is. We know you've been wanting this for a long time. Terence, how difficult has it been to wait for this fight, and how are you feeling now that it's here?
Oh, it's been very difficult, as you know. It's been frustrating, but I'm excited. I'm happy. The fans is happy. Everybody's happy. We here now. And I'm gonna show the world why I'm the best fighter on the planet. And everybody need to tune in July 29th to watch me, Errol Spence, go out there and put on a tremendous show.
Errol Spence, a lot of people look at you and they've said you've been the natural welterweight. As a matter of fact, people have wondered whether or not you was going up to junior middleweight on several occasions because you were considered the bigger guy. They've been waiting for this fight for a long time, but they felt, at least at some point years ago, that Terence might have been a little bit smaller, or too small for you because he was coming up from the junior welterweight division. Want to know your thoughts about what you think of Terence Crawford and why and how do you think you're going to win this fight?
I'm a man of my word. Like I said, people thought I was gonna move up, but just like I told him when we encountered each other in Oklahoma, I said I'm gonna get these belts on my side, and I'm gonna come take yours. And this is where we at now, and I stood on that. Even if it was leaving me standing out the ring a whole year, they trying to get me to fight other people. Just the fight I wanted, so I stuck to my guns. It was like I'm not fighting until I fight Terence Crawford. So my team got it going. With me, I feel like my style is basically, I'm not gonna say perfect, but it's very good. I got the jab. I feel like I might be the stronger opponent. Great body shots. He has great talent, great skills, but I feel like my ability, my will, and my all around just being the better fighter, I'm gonna beat him.
Terence, he just finished saying that he wanted to be a man of his word, that he promised you before he moved on from the welterweight division, if that were to ever occur, that he was going to get those 3 belts and come and then take yours. First, how do you feel about...
I promised the fans. I promised the fans.
My bad. You promised the fans. How do you feel about him having made that promise and lived up to that promise? And what do you think you're going to do to Errol Spence Jr. July 29th?
Well, I love it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been wanting this fight. Everybody been knowing I've been wanting this fight. He said he was going to take the easy route and go, handle what he had to handle. And he did that. So now, he got to live up to his word and coming to take this belt. The last one is always the hardest one. And I assure you, it won't be like none of the other fights. He believed in his style. I believe in my style. It's going to be a great fight. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Terence, a lot of us been talking about Errol for years because obviously he's undefeated and he's a champion. He's got 3 belts. We know how great he is. Even though we all recognize that you are great, there have been times when you and I have run across one another, when I've seen you talking to other people, and you seem to wear this belief on your shoulders, on your sleeves, that cats don't believe in me as much as they should. Do you feel this fight is like career defining for you? You've got to win this fight in spectacular fashion for you to get the respect you believe that you deserve?
Well, it's always like that. Every fight is like that for me. Every fight is meaningful. Every fight is, I need to win this fight. And 100% certain Errol feel the same. So, there's a lot riding on this fight. This is the biggest fight in boxing in decades, So, of course, I want to go out there and put on a tremendous show and win in spectacular fashion. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I'm ready to go next week if it was need be, But at the same time, everything, has its time. The sun shine on everybody, and the sun gonna shine on me July 29th.
I'll throw this question out to both y'all, and Errol, I'll ask you first. We talk about the welterweight division here. You talked about, Errol, you just said something, Errol, a few minutes ago when you talked about this being maybe the greatest fight in the welterweight division in the last 40 years or something. Well, let me remind you of some of those fights. We got Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy the Hitman Hearns. We had Hearns versus Roberto Duran. We had somebody, even though Pepino Cuevas ain't on that level, he was still good and he was a champion until Hearns put him to sleep in 2 rounds. We saw Alexis Arguello versus Aaron Pryor. We've seen a whole bunch of great welterweight fights.
And this fight up there with all of them.
Definitely.
When people talk about this fight, they're going to say Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns. They're going to say Alexis Arguello, all that. This fight up there with all of them.
Where I was going was, it is right now on paper. But when you get in that ring, 2 undefeated fighters that's capable of knocking you out are going up against one another. So give us a taste of what we should expect to see July 29th based on the history that I just threw your way.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You see Terence Crawford, you see his body of work. You see my body of work when I get in the ring. Yeah, everybody already know. As soon as I get in the ring, I'm stepping. And I expect him to step too. We're going to put on a great show and a great performance. This is a throwback fight for me. I feel like this is a throwback fight.
Do you feel you need a knockout in this fight to send the kind of message you want to send to the public about how great you are as a champion? Errol?
Not this.
I don't know why the video clip stopped there of that interview. Clearly there was more, but regardless of the which, we finally have a date for the unification bout, the best fighting the best. I'm looking forward to this fight. Who do you have?